Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Chapter 11. The Strength of the Spirit Sword Master, the dungeon has been upgraded. After Lu Chengqing walked into the teleportation array, he opened his eyes again, and the scene in front of him had switched to the copy of Fireland Island. It seems to be completely in an independent small world, surrounded by a barren atmosphere, even a little green. Hard to find. Even when Lu Chengqing stepped on the dry, cracked and blackened soil, it felt inexplicably crispy. From the cracks that can be seen everywhere, small tongues of flame stick out from time to time. It's really the fire domain. Lu Chengqing's face was a little surprised, and he turned his gaze forward. Zhang Wanqing and Lin Qianqin were also getting familiar with the environment. Uncharted exploration. For him, it is also a first experience. From the understanding of the secret realm just now, it should be no problem with his own strength. He asked, "What's next?" Zhang Wanqing's face was solemn, and she took out her staff a long time ago. There is no map in the dungeon, and the teleportation locations are all random. The purpose of coming into practice is to hunt and kill as many beasts as possible. After a moment of silence, she said, "Let's level up. There are more beast experiences here than in other places. As for the places to pay attention to, just don't fall into those cracks. The most important thing is the boss here." "I see." Lin Qianqin hugged the spirit sword in her hand tightly, drawing a graceful arc. Her lively eyes were full of seriousness. She set her sights on Lu Chengqing, although she didn't know. Why does Wanqing want to say that his occupation is barely a medical practitioner, so he should be treated as an auxiliary professional medical practitioner? The fighting thing. Just leave it to her. Lin Qianqin immediately said to Lu Chengqing in a serious tone, "Student Lu, leave the fighting to me." Lu Chengqing had an indifferent smile on his face, and it was naturally the best to be able to paddle water and catch fish through dungeon experience. Plus, he was also a little curious as to which echelon Lin Qianqin's strength belonged to after awakening as a hidden professional spirit sword master. Zhang Wanqing didn't have any objections either. The benefit of dungeon experience must be the more beasts the team killed, the more you gain. It's impossible. Lu Chengqing really won't make a move, right? And then next, it was Zhang Wanqing's turn to be dumbfounded. Lu Chengqing, who was walking behind the line, was really like a tourist. Soon, Lin Qianqin, who was walking at the front of the team, ran into a strange beast from Fireland Island with a cute face full of seriousness. The first one, perched on the dead wood, the giant snake covered in fire patterns, swallowed snake letters, and looked at them covetously. With the use of the identification technique, the three people in the team could clearly see the numerical panel of this strange beast. Alien beast. Fire python. Level. Bronze level 13th level. Strength. 78. Agility. 50. Spirit. 41. Stamina. 61. Skills. Death coil, lava jet, hard skin. Sword spirit. Lin Qianqin's pretty face was full of seriousness. Accompanied by her coquettish chirping, the long sword that was originally surrounded by her took off in an instant. After the spirit sword was unsheathed, it exuded a cold light, as if it could cut everything. Following her thoughts, it cut in the direction of the fire python. Jian Guang's speed is extremely fast. He didn't give the strange beast in front of him time to react, so he chopped it off directly, and the sharp blade directly cut through the hard skin. Cut off the head of the giant python the size of a basketball. Fire python. Pawn. Experience plus 310. Current rating. 10 517 3000. The huge body of the fire python hit the ground directly, sweeping up a lot of dust, and was beside the corpse. Most conspicuously, still the fiery red stone. Lu Chengqing glanced at the stone. Probably this is what Zhang Wanqing said, fire cloud stone, a precious refining material. The gain in experience is no surprise. On the contrary, what interested him was Lin Qianqin's career, which seemed to be, in the fantasy novels of her past life. Sword fairy. Still a bit of a cute female sword fairy. Finally there is a harvest. Lin Qianqin put away that piece of fire cloud stone, that sophisticated fighting skills, and that foul-looking cute face. Very uncomfortable. Zhang Wanqing nodded slightly, and resolutely headed towards the depths of Fireland Island, encountering more and more strange beasts. At the very beginning, Lin Qianqun was still able to deal with it alone, and Zhang Wanqing, an ice mage, gradually joined the battlefield. Nothing unexpected happened, except for Lu Chengqing, who is a fisherman. The overall harvest is pretty good, even his level. All have been promoted to bronze rank 11th rank. However, what made them stop again was the piles of rocks in the open fire area in front of them, every stone pile. They were all piled up like a hill, and if it were in other places, maybe someone would be bored enough to do it like this. But here, it is the Fireland Island that few people set foot on. Sensing the presence of human beings, countless magmas gushed out from the cracks and poured directly into the pile of rocks. Instantly, then there was a tall lava rock figure, who appeared in the sight of Lu Chengqing, Lin Qianqun and others. Alien Beast. Lava Stone Man Elite. Level. Bronze level 15th level. Strength. 130. Agility. 43. Spirit. 57. Stamina. 121. Skills. Lava Ball, Fire Vine, Obsidian Armor. After everyone in the team saw the attributes of the Lava Stone Man, the relaxed atmosphere disappeared in an instant. Lin Qianqun did not make a rash move, but adjusted her powerful position and made full preparations. Elite beasts. And there are quite a few piles of rocks in the open area ahead, and they are probably all elite level beasts. In an ordinary small dungeon, there are at most 20 elite monsters. But nowadays, the number ahead will never be less than 50. Why so many? Zhang Wanqing frowned slightly. She definitely knew the most about Fireland Island in the team. There are elite monsters, but definitely not to this extent. There are such a number of elite monsters, and the strength of the boss behind them. Possibly much stronger. The only possibility is that this Fireland Island dungeon has not been cleared for too long, and a more powerful boss was born. As a result, the level of the copy has increased. Even Zhang Wanqing's face was quite solemn after seeing this. She glanced at Lu Chengqing and said, "If nothing else." Lu Chengqing glanced at the lava stone man in front of him, with the same indifferent smile on his face, and joked. Is there an accident? Chapter 12. Silver Rank Boss, Lava Behemoth. Zhang Wanqing naturally heard the meaning of ridicule. Her face was extremely solemn. This large-scale elite monster. It will only appear in silver-level dungeons. The average level of their team is only bronze rank. Even if their combat strength is so outstanding, this is not something that can be conquered. At the moment, only this lava stone man woke up, facing the siege of so many elite monsters, even the silver rank team. It's probably enough. Although there is a cooling time for the opening of this small dungeon, life is obviously more important than experience. After hesitating for a moment, she said, I have 3 teleportation runes, prepare to evacuate. The level of the dungeon is estimated to be raised to the silver level. Even before it was Lu Chengqing's turn to speak, Lin Qianqun, who was at the front of the line, had a serious expression on her pretty face. She asked, why don't you, Wanqing, go back first, if you can clear this dungeon? The champion of Jiangnan province in the college entrance examination this year. I want to win. Zhang Wanqing frowned. As a girlfriend, she naturally knew what Lin Qianqun was carrying. This is also the reason for forming a team with Qianqun. Do your best to help Lin Qianqun a little bit. She immediately cast her eyes on Lu Chengqing, and didn't ask any questions, but that look said everything. It's all here. With the same smile on Lu Chengqing's face, he tapped the scabbard lightly with his fingers, and continued, you can't leave empty-handed, can you? Zhang Wanqing twitched the corner of her mouth. What a strange reason, gods are here, so they can't leave empty-handed. But, seeing Lu Chengqing's determined smile, her nervous heart relaxed a little, but she did not forget to remind her. If there is an accident, retreat immediately. After Lin Qianqun heard that she agreed to challenge the silver dungeon, she didn't hesitate at all, and decisively used the spirit sword to make a move. Compared with other strange beasts such as fire pythons, he was obviously much more serious, and he put a lot of skills to the bottom of the box. Take them all out. After the extremely sharp spirit sword struck the obsidian outer armor of the lava stone man, it was accompanied by a crisp sword cry. Just cut it off quite a bit. Only, the moment the battle started, the movement caused magma to flow continuously in those silent rock piles. Not just the elite monster. All the lava stone men are instantly awakened. Not only Lin Qianqian, but even Zhang Wanqing was ready to fight, holding the ice crystal staff tightly with both hands. Ready to go. Quote. Lu Chengqing naturally noticed the movement in front of him, and took out the broken rock blade that was originally carried on his shoulder. Thick blade, under the power attribute of breaking 100. Very easy. I just don't know. This rock-breaking blade cuts down those lava stone men whose bodies are covered in stone. Did it work wonders? The sober, proficient elite monsters in their early 50s did not attack them. What are you waiting for? Dazzling effort. Even with a distance of nearly 100 meters, he could still feel the slight vibration through the ground. It seems that a big guy is coming out. Is it a copy boss? Lu Chengqing frowned slightly, and white cyclones continuously appeared in his hands, and a special blue translucent space appeared directly in the palm of your hand. As expected, there was a huge figure made of stones in the flat area behind the lava rock man. Get up slowly. Those elite monsters that were 2 or 3 meters tall before were nothing in front of this behemoth. Even, they can see the magma flowing in the body through the body of the 7 to 8 meter high boulder, and get up. The heat wave swept across in an instant. Alien beast. Lava behemoth boss. Level. Silver rank level 21. Strength. 311. Agility. 79. Spirit. 57. Stamina. 298. Abilities. Granite shield, earthquake shards, earthquake, overwhelming. Even Zhang Wanqing, after checking the attributes of the boss in this dungeon, her cold face paled a little. Boss of the silver rank. Moreover, it is also a boss with extremely high defensive armor. Only magic attacks can cause considerable damage. But now, she glanced at Lu Chengqing and Lin Qianqian, both of whom were melee physics output, trying to break through the shield of the giant lava monster. The difficulty is extremely high. Zhang Wanqing had a bit of bitterness on his face. This luck, isn't it a bit too damn good, a silver-ranked boss? Quote. Lin Qianqian's fair face was full of determination. She held the spirit sword in both hands, and faced the giant lava beast of a higher level than her own. She didn't have any panic. Just like that day's natural warrior, she has a strong psychological quality and toughness. She said softly. Wanqing, classmate Lu. I'll go see if I can take care of that boss, you guys hold on first. Quote. Even without giving Zhang Wanqing time to react, Lin Qianqian, who activated her skills, was just like in a martial arts novel. The robe on his body made a loud noise. With the help of the spirit sword, Yukong attacked and killed the giant lava beast with her petite and stubborn figure. What a big guy. Lu Chengqing twitched the corners of his mouth, without the slightest sense of comfort in his eyes, referring to the special space of room slaughterhouse. Instant release. Not only Zhang Wanqing, Lin Qianqian, but also the revived giant lava beast in the distance were all enveloped in it. As for Lin Qianqian's strength, this experience is quite impressive, and she is definitely considered very strong among her peers. But it is extremely difficult to single out the silver level 21st level dungeon boss, and it is simply impossible. Result. It did not exceed Lu Chengqing's expectation, almost attacking with all his strength, the moment the spirit sword struck the giant lava beast. It just left a deep scar. The force from the shock made Lin Qianqian's hands go numb, and she couldn't even control her own figure. Sensing the provocation, the giant lava beast, with its huge arms made of granite, suddenly slapped Lin Qianqian. Vigorous force. It seems that the surrounding air is completely emptied, and the consequences if it hits the body can be imagined. Quote. Lin Qianqian, who had no means of protection at all, subconsciously closed her eyes. Prepare to meet death. Good guy. How could those female sword fairies be like this idiot, who the hell used a sword to criticize stones? Lu Chengqing lightly tossed the fire cloud stone in his hand, without any hesitation, decisively used room slaughterhouse. Space switch. The fire cloud stone in his hand disappeared in an instant, and he exchanged positions with Lin Qianqian, who was weightless in midair. Quote. Lin Qianqian's petite but rather predictable body appeared out of nowhere and fell directly into Lu Chengqing's arms. And at this time it was more like those drowning people, grasping at the last straw, grabbing Lu Chengqing's clothes. Turn out to be. Death doesn't hurt. Lu Chengqing twitched the corner of his mouth lightly. If it were at other times, it would be okay to make some ambiguous gestures. I can't care about it now. There was a bit of teasing in his tone, and he laughed and joked, Student Lin, haven't you hugged enough? Quote. After hearing what Lu Chengqing said, Lin Qianqin slowly opened her eyes and saw the familiar figure. There was a bit of guilt in those cute eyes. She said in a rather low tone, I'm sorry. I'm being self-willed. Student Lu, are you coming down to accompany me? Chapter 13. Do you understand what real harm is? It hurts. Lin Qianqin covered her smooth forehead, and glanced at Zhang Wanqing, who was beside her with a dull expression. Her face was full of disbelief. Don't know what happened. Like, I didn't die. Just when the giant lava monster was about to slap her, it appeared in Lu Chengqing's arms out of nowhere. Princess hug. She has never been in close contact with boys since she was a child, but the moment she thinks of this, she is like the steam princess. The blush spread to Lin Qianqin's cheeks, and that frantically beating heart seemed to jump out of her chest. But she looked at Lu Chengqing, who was holding a knife in one hand, and quickly realized that she said to Zhang Wanqing. Wanqing, Student Lu, isn't he a healer? He just said that he was going to kill the dungeon boss lava monster. Hurry up and persuade. This boss's defense is too high, even with a spirit sword, I can't cut it. Quote. After Zhang Wanqing came back to her senses, her pale and pretty face was full of complexities, and she said in a helpless tone, Medical doctor. I've never seen such a fierce medical doctor like him. Silver level 21 dungeon boss. The expression on Lu Chengqing's face is much more serious. His current level is still half experience away from level 12. Completely crossed the whole big stage. If it's another profession, or if you don't have the ability to perform surgery, you definitely won't take the risk. But now, you can just try it. The armor and strength of the lava monster are indeed very high, but it has a huge and heavy body. Agility is also restricted. The room slaughterhouse created by relying on the fruit of the operation, if you really want to chop it up, it's almost like walking a dog. And that giant lava beast with an alarmingly large brain was still looking for Lin Qianqin's trace. Didn't realize it. The human ants who provoked it just now were directly rescued by Lu Chengqing, who exchanged the civet cat for a naive. Quote. In front of them is the defense line composed of lava stone men and other elite monsters. Naturally, Lu Chengqing will not go over, and will fall into a situation of besieging. At this time, the decapitation ability of the fruit of the operation was brought into full play. However, any items that can be used for space exchange in the room slaughterhouse have become Lu Chengqing's transportation point. After level up, the improvement of various attributes, even if the space exchange is used continuously, does not have the slightest burden on him. What's going on? Lin Qianqin's eyes widened, her cute face was full of disbelief. She looked at Lu Chengqing's ghostly figure. Every time he appeared leisurely, he would cause quite a commotion among those lava stone men. She has a feeling that her three views have not been refreshed. Classmate Lu, isn't his profession a medical doctor, or is it because she is so ignorant that medical doctors are so skilled? But the armor of the giant lava is too high, it shouldn't be able to cut through with ordinary knives, right? If Lu Chengqing knew what was going on in Lin Qianqin's mind right now, he would really like to tell her that in this world there is an attack. It's called real damage. After several space exchanges, he is now only about 20 meters away from the giant lava beast. Quote. Lu Chengqing didn't hesitate at all. The rock-breaking blade held in his right hand, with the change of his thoughts, levitated and attached to the laser. You can also see the jumping electric light. Fight. The focus is on that crispness. He glanced at the fire cloud stone that fell beside the lava monster, and switched space again. He appeared on the left side of the giant lava beast, and even the grip of the broken rock blade directly became two hands. Exhausting all his strength, Lu Chengqing decisively slashed towards the lava giant's weakest point without any hesitation. There was no scene of being bounced off the granite shield, and the blade with the laser was embedded directly into the boss's leg. The scene of cutting tofu did not appear. The giant lava beast that felt no pain decisively threw its fist in the direction of Lu Chengqing, trying to knock the human in front of it. Thoroughly hammered into meat paste. This speed. While Lu Chengqing was teasing, his movements did not slow down in the slightest, and his figure disappeared in place again. Perform a space switch, and the moment the huge fist of the lava monster hit the ground, it raised dust all over the sky, and the ground cracked. Lin Qianqin, who had no way to intervene in the battle, felt even more nervous when she saw this. Only, the next moment, Lu Chengqing's figure appeared out of thin air above the giant lava beast. If it is the weakest defense, it should belong to the head of the boss. The rock-breaking blade he held in both hands unleashed a powerful slash while the muscles in his body exerted force. The laser attached to the blade is extremely dazzling. The head of the lava monster was cut off completely, and the stone head about the size of a monitor fell straight to the ground. Even before he could react, Lu Chengqing, who was standing on the shoulder of the monster, turned the direction of the knife again. Following the direction of the skull incision, it was suddenly pierced. This kind of strange beast is different from the giant mountain bear in many ways. It does not have a heart, but an energy core. Sign: the blade with the ability of the fruit of surgery is extremely sharp, let alone the energy core. It is also the weakest point of the lava giant. Almost instantly, the destruction of the energy core was completed, and with the withdrawal of the room slaughterhouse, the huge body of the lava giant disappeared, collapsing at a speed that can be discerned by the naked eye. This silver level 21, dungeon boss, which can cause countless people to suffer, is completely dead. Experience plus 30,379 exclusive to the killer. Level up. LV 15 1120 12 thousandths. This is dead. The figure of Lu Chengqing appeared in the open space not far away. The rock-breaking blade in his hand was still sharp, and there was not even a gap. But the silver level 21st level boss didn't have such good luck, and was directly hit by his unexplained combo. Beheaded completely. The experience provided by the silver level boss is quite considerable, allowing Lu Chengqing's level to be directly raised to level 15. He didn't have time to count the spoils or anything, so he looked back with a bit of unsatisfied expression on his face. If there are a few more silver-ranked bosses, can my own level be raised to 20 directly? Lin Qianqin and Zhang Wanqing, who were watching the battle not far away, had dull expressions on their faces after seeing the death of the boss. I was dumbfounded. Really, this is a silver level 21st boss, how could he be killed by Lu Chengqing directly? Meow. The two of them have never seen such outrageous things in their lives. Chapter 14. Boss Killing Rewards. Silver Rank Equipment. After the giant lava beast was killed, the lava stone man, who was still in a commotion, seemed to have been cut off from the terminal. Turned into chaotic rocks, scattered all over the place. It doesn't provide killing experience, let alone loot. After all, the dungeon bosses are completely dead. That means the current copy has been cleared. The rules of heaven force those strange beasts to enter a dormant state, so as to avoid the opening of the second dungeon. There is no blame to brush the situation. Zhang Wanqing looked at the dungeon of Huiyu Island, which had completely completed the strategy, and was in a daze. Who am I? Where am I? What am I going to do? Nowadays, the facts were already in front of her. After the dungeon boss was killed, it meant that the dungeon was completely conquered. Only, when she recalled the scene of Lu Chengqing fighting just now, she felt an inexplicable sense of suffocation, or to be precise, it is an insurmountable distance. The silver level 21 dungeon boss is still the toughest lava monster with extremely high defense. Even if it is a silver level professional team with all members, it will take a lot of effort to conquer it. Defense is really too high. But Lu Chengqing's current level is at most the 11th-12th level of the bronze level, but he relies on his unpredictable methods. Leap over the steps to kill. Even the champions of the Zhongnan Provincial College entrance examination in previous years have never been able to achieve such a feat. Thinking of this, Zhang Wanqing looked beside her, feeling quite emotional as she wanted to compete for the best friend in Zhongnan Province's college entrance examination. If I hadn't met Lu Chengqing, I would have worked harder during this time to hone my fighting skills. There is also this possibility. Thinking of this, she patted Lin Qianqin lightly, and said helplessly, "Relax, who made you meet this monster?" On Lin Qianqin's cute face, there was no dejection, but a fighting spirit to work hard. How big is the gap? She is very clear that she is not at the same level at all, but at least, she has to work hard before she can know the final result. It's all here, it's impossible to give up, right? Only, Lin Qianqin didn't realize that in the near future, she would actually walk on a curvy road to save the country. At this time, Lu Chengqing's attention was focused on the wreckage of the lava monster, and the chances of wild beasts exploding were small. However, if the dungeon boss is killed, there will be a reward, and it is given according to the boss level, which is not fixed. Simple is, look at the face. He thought he was lucky, and murmured softly, I just don't know, what will be the reward for killing this silver level boss. Lu Chengqing came to the wreckage of the giant lava beast, looked at the objects lying there, and decisively threw out the identification technique. Redstone bracers, silver tier. Strength plus 3-0. Agility plus 5-0. Stamina plus 5-0. Special skill. Flame shield. Engraved by the core energy of the lava monster, it can actively activate the flame shield effect to resist damage. Charged stacks 3/3. Redstone pendant, silver tier. Strength plus 5-0. Agility plus 8-0. Spirit plus 80. Stamina plus 3-0. Special skill berserk. Affected by the energy of redstone, the carrier may enter a berserk state gained during battle. Berserk state. Attack power plus 30%. Agility plus 20%, defense plus 50% may cause blood loss effect. Fire element blazing wings skill book. Elemental and fire mages can comprehend the skill of blazing wings after learning it, providing short-term flying ability. This. After Lu Chengqing learned the information of the 3 items with the identification technique, overall, it should be quite rich. The effect of the wrist guard is good. The 4-dimensional attributes have been improved, and it also comes with a special skill, the flame shield. What made him feel outrageous the most was the redstone pendant. Although all attributes have been improved, this passive skill is definitely the most outrageous, and the bearer may go berserk directly. Attack and agility have been improved, but the defense increased by 50%. Lu Chengqing felt that something was wrong no matter how he looked at it. What the hell was it? Are you in a hurry? As for the mage's skill book, he glanced at it and lost interest. This skill book, have to find a chance to sell it. While Lu Chengqing was studying these pieces of equipment, Zhang Wanqing and Lin Qianqin had already arrived beside him. Looking at the several pieces of equipment in his hand, Zhang Wanqing had an embarrassed expression on her face, and she said, Lu, I'm sorry. I couldn't help you in the battle. If it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't be able to pass this copy. After she finished speaking, she immediately handed the fire cloud stone she had collected to Lu Chengqing. The meaning is self-evident. Lu Chengqing frowned slightly, and didn't reach out to pick it up. The copy of Huiyu Island itself is a dip. And these flintstones were all brushed out by Zhang Wanqing and Lin Qianqin. It would be too much to get them. I'll just have these pieces of equipment, and this skill book. Zhang, please sell it for me. Okay. Zhang Wanqing nodded slightly, and cast her eyes on her best friend Lin Qianqin. From just now, this girl has been holding back her thoughts. She smiled and said, Qianqin, don't you have something to say to classmate Lu? Lin Qianqin's pretty face was full of bewilderment. Did she have something to say to Lu Chengqing? She probably didn't. Soon, she came back to her senses, looked at Lu Chengqing's handsome face, and couldn't help but recall the ambiguous scene just now. Lin Qianqin's face was full of red, and she quickly said, Student Lu, thank you for saving me just now. If there is something that can be used for me, I will never shirk it. After saying these words, Lin Qianqin could even feel the heat on her cheeks, and asked, Then we will see each other again in the future. Perhaps realizing that what she said was inappropriate, she quickly explained, I'm talking about the time of the college entrance examination. Although you are very strong, Student Lu, I will still compete with you for the top spot in the Zhongnan Provincial College entrance examination. After saying these words, Lin Qianqin directly teleported away from the dungeon, obviously wanting to meet Lu Chengqing, so it was low offense and low defense. Lu Chengqing frowned, looking at Lin Qianqin's leaving figure. What was this foolish man pretending to be? Zhang Wanqing's originally cold face softened instantly when she saw her girlfriend's cute and naive appearance. As for the top scorer in the college entrance examination, even an outsider like her knew that it was impossible. Lu Chengqing. Strength cannot be viewed with common sense at all. But still very interested in her evaluation, Zhang Wanqing asked, "What do you think of Lin Qianchen?" Lu Chengqing glanced at the ant's smile on Zhang Wanqing's face, and recalled that soft and delicate body when he rescued that silly man. After pondering for a moment, he seriously commented, "Very moist." Chapter 15. Are you crazy? Can a healer kill a boss? Outside the Valley of Trials, there was still a lot of people. But Zhang Tianqi and the rest of the entourage, including the vice president of the Jiangnan Provincial Vocational College, did not leave. Waiting for the final result. Although Zhang Wanqing's ice mage profession is not rare, the fighting power it displays is definitely not low. Not to mention, there is also the hidden profession Lin Qianchen, a rare profession of the spirit sword master. The speed of clearing the dungeon of Fireland Island is not fast. Lu Chengqing was directly ignored by them. He knew about his profession, healer, even if he went in a team. It is estimated that it is also an auxiliary position. There was a bit of worry on Zhang Tianqi's old-fashioned face. After all, it was his daughter, and it was her first time to clear the dungeon. Not being nervous is deceiving. But at this moment, after Lu Chengqing, Zhang Wanqing and others entered the portal of the dungeon, space ripples emerged. It immediately attracted everyone's attention, and they couldn't understand what it meant. If the teleportation shaft is used, this is definitely not the case, only after the dungeon has been completely cleared. The portal will respond. Only. When everyone at the scene realized this, the expressions on their faces were unbelievable. The speed of this dungeon strategy. Too fast. The instance of Fireland Island is quite difficult even at the bronze level, after they entered it. Only an hour and a half passed. Isn't this speed a bit too fast? Even cleaning up ordinary strange beasts will take a lot of time. Or, Lin Qianchen and the others found the instance boss and beheaded him. Do not know. When they come out, just ask and you'll know. 2 main Cs, with an assistant, can speed through the bronze level dungeon. Looks like it's the material for 2 top students in the college entrance examination. In the face of other people's metaphorical praise, Zhang Tianqi frowned slightly, but did not express his opinion. He knows the strength of his daughter best. And back then, when he and others attacked the dungeon of Fireland Island, it was the premise of hiding the profession, and it took 5 hours to clear the level. But now, it took 1.5 hours to complete the strategy of Fireland Island. Could it be this dungeon? It's been too long since no one has made a strategy, and the level has dropped. Thinking of this, Zhang Tianqi said slowly, "When they come out, ask them about the details of the strategy." Along with the spatial ripples of the teleportation array, Lin Qianchen was the first to enter the sight of Zhang Tianqi and everyone present. She was thin-skinned, but after she said such bold words, there was still a blush on her fair cheeks. When Lin Qianchen left the dungeon, she was soon surrounded by people. All of them looked at her with praises in their eyes. Speedrun bronze level copy. This kind of strength, in this year's Jiangnan Province College entrance examination, is definitely top-notch, and is expected to be the number 1. With a smile on Zhang Tianqi's face, he asked, "Qianchen, have you cleared the copy of Fireland Island?" Yup. After hearing this question, Lin Qianchen's slightly flushed cheeks were quickly covered by disappointment. The copy of Fireland Island did not gain much. Moreover, he also recognized the gap between his own strength and Lu Chengqing's. The top scorer in the college entrance examination must be dead. To hell with being in a good mood. She added with a slightly disappointed tone. It's just, when I was clearing the dungeon, I suddenly upgraded. Including Zhang Tianqi, everyone's heart skipped a beat after hearing Lin Qianchen's words. The copy has been upgraded. Wouldn't that be a silver level dungeon? You know, the highest level in this team of raiders is Lin Qianchen, a level 13 spirit sword master. Even in the case of a seed explosion, it is a miracle that is impossible to clear the silver level dungeon. The smile on Zhang Tianqi's original face disappeared in an instant. How could he be in a calm mood just now? The dungeon is over. Why was Lin Qianchen the only one who left the dungeon, and her disappointed expression seemed to be reflecting something. Zhang Tianqi couldn't hold back his emotions any longer, and hurriedly asked, "Then Qianqin, uncle asked you Wanqing, and there's that classmate Lu. Is there a accident?" Lin Qianqin raised her nose, her pretty face was full of puzzlement, she looked at the portal behind her, and guessed, "Is it coming out soon?" The voice just fell. Zhang Wanqing and Lu Changqing, who were almost considered Ji, walked out of the dungeon portal side by side. Lu Changqing was still carrying the knife, with a calm expression on his face. On the contrary, it was Zhang Wanqing's cold cheeks, which were quite rare at this time, with a detectable blushing on them. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. Zhang Tianqi was originally relieved, but after seeing his daughter's shy look, he couldn't help clenching his fists. Inexplicable. This kid didn't give up his own cabbage, did he? Very angry. The vice president of the Jiangnan Provincial Vocational College asked doubtfully, "Isn't the copy of Fireland Island upgraded? Why is the silver level copy?" Lin Qianqin was simple-minded, but she wasn't stupid. She immediately explained, "Yes, classmate Lu is really strong. If he hadn't killed the boss, then we would have to use the teleportation scroll to escape from Fireland Island." Quote question mark quote. Quote exclamation mark quote. Including Zhang Tianqi, even the vice president of the Jiangnan Provincial Vocational College had a confused expression. Instance boss. Unexpectedly, it wasn't Lin Qianqin and Zhang Wanqing who killed it together, but the assistant medical practitioner in the team. Did Lu Changqing kill him? In their view, Lu Changqing's joining the team and attacking the Fireland Island dungeon can only be regarded as icing on the cake. After hearing Lin Qianqin's words, their heads were buzzing. This is a silver-level dungeon. If it weren't for her serious appearance, they must not believe it at all. As we all know, the profession of medical doctor is in the early stage. There is no means of attack at all. Result. In front of everyone, it happened that Lu Changqing, who had no means of attack, killed the silver-ranked boss. Go crazy. I'm stupid. Please like and subscribe.